Hello, hello. Whoops. All right. All these lovely people here, and I immediately dropped my microphone. Oh, sorry. Hope I didn't deafen anybody. Hi, everyone. Before autumn starts, let's flood this feed with blessings of light and love. Well, you kind of already have because you're here. But hello, everybody. Okay, I have cocoa, and it's still kind of a mess. I haven't stirred it well enough yet, but trial is in session. Okay. Just before I came on, I don't know the details, but I just heard that Kelly came out and said that he believes Bolton. Can I? Should be a quick. Yes, why, baby? I agree. Can we just, with Kelly coming out saying that he believes Bolton, can I just take a moment to say, I love it. I just love it. The energy of knowing if Bolton is going to testify should be clear by now. Can I read on that? Sure. Okay. So, oh man. I was going to do more astrology stuff today, but I gotta tell you, I'm doing research, and because I don't just want to look for myself. I there's some very good people, very, very good astrologers out there. And I don't, we learn from each other. Oh, 1, 2, 8. Today is Tuesday. Will Bolton testify? Great question. Great question. I want to look at Bernie Sanders, if that's okay. All right, why is my phone blowing up? I don't know. Sorry. Sanders. Because he's doing very well in Iowa, but he's doing well in Iowa, but the thing about the Iowa caucus is that it's an unusual system, and everybody puts like their first and second vote, and then as a group, and then anyone who doesn't get 15%, they vote again, and the people who the candidates who didn't get 15%, they drop off, and so you end up with people the people who had those lower number candidates then vote for the higher number candidates. And Biden's looking at Klobuchar's people and Klobuchar people, and it just depends. So we'll see on this is weird. This is a weird year for politics, for who's going to be the Democratic nominee for president, because the energy is, because of the Trump stuff, the energy is getting screwy. So, okay, you guys are talking about stuff over there, but so right now we're going to start with is Bolton going to testify? And let's just use let's pull out the Housewives Tarot. It's a happy little deck. It's not as happy as the Halloween deck, which is, when it comes to tarot, the Halloween deck is my happy place. But no, it's still a happy, still a good deck, and I like, even though the images are very, 1950s, early 1960s, potentially misogynistic or a woman's place in the home kind of thing, and men sit there in with their pipe and their slippers. There's kind of a tongue-in-cheek aspect to it, and the fact is that in the United States, certainly in the world, but in the United States to this day, women do more still. Overall, there are exceptions, but women end up doing more of the housework and more of the, yeah. All right, but then, yeah, okay, so we're going to do, is Bolton going to testify, and then I'm reading on John Kelly. I'm feeling like I need to read on John Kelly. Okay. And then, yeah, we may need to look at Roberts, because he's so bland. He's frustratingly beige. He is frustratingly bland. It's like, okay, I understand you're a judge. I understand you need to weigh both sides. But at some point, really? Who did I say? John Kelly? Yes, we will, he makes beige look spicy. Yes, we will read on John Kelly, and yes, Roberts makes beige look spicy. Yes. Who leaked the Bolton manuscript? Oh, that's a good question, too. Okie dokie. Will Bolton testify? Will Bolton testify? Let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, McConnell's so unhappy. And considering whenever he smiles, like there's a bird that dies and falls out of the sky. But him being unhappy makes me fairly happy. Oh, my light isn't on. That's why it's dark. Sorry about that. Turn that on. Be easier to see the cards. Can't wait to go dancing in the streets with this is over. I'm with you, Lynn. Will Bolton testify? Oh, goodness. There's so much he has to say. There are so many people. Because it feels like it would be a crack in the wall. That once Bolton testifies, there are other people who would come forward and say, yeah, me too. I want to testify. Well, I don't want to, but I'll testify. I'll take that hit. In the past. Oh, the Republicans thought they were going to walk into this impeachment trial with, and just, it was just going to be Candyland. Can I again take this moment to say, center of the reading. Oh, and that's what the... I'm not the only Democrat thinking that right now, because the people in government are thinking that too. The Democrats, it's like, oh, the truth hurts, doesn't it? Base of the reading. Oh, it's Mr. Pipe and Slippers. Oh, that hurts. Politically, that's Bolton. That was a shot through the heart. And you're to blame. You give Republicans a bad name. I'm sorry. That I don't know why this stuff goes through my head. Above the reading, we've got some action. We've got some movement. We've got arguments. We've got, and this isn't just Democrats. This is Democrats, this is Republicans, and this is constituents. And it really feels like constituents saying, oh, excuse me. But the Republicans are really, really feeling it. There's a song for everything, Autumn. I agree. Why, baby? Near future. Oh, that's a decision. That's a decision to bring in more people. Welcome. Welcome. Decision. Partnership. And it's feeling good in the sense of get the truth out, get the reality out there, home environment. Oh, Bolton is, as worried as he is about all of this, honestly, he's like, oh, my book is going to sell so well. I really do wonder if Trump's going to try to sue him. And when it doesn't work, if Trump's just going to have his lawyers keep at it. Because the reading I did yesterday, or the day before in Bolton, it was yesterday, I think. It was saying that his book's going to do really, really well, but there's something he's going to make a lot of money, but then something about the money's going to go kind of screwy. Like he's going to lose a lot of it. Not all, but yeah. Okay. Hopes and fears. That there are going to be witnesses. I mean, there's so much, and there's so many people who could come. There could be, seriously, all the people who really have dirt, not just on this, but on Trump in general. The line would go out the Senate and down the hallway, and what we see. And it's about time. After all of these years we have been suffering with this and watching people suffer, it is about time this shows up in what we see. This card has been floating around near future, far future, hanging above, but right there. Final outcome. They're going to try to stack the deck. And they are going to be able to... This is causing Republicans a lot of stress. And this feels like stacking the deck. Who are we going to have? Who are we not going to have? And they get away with some things, but this feels like constitutional scholars just flooding the airwaves, going, excuse me, no. No, you need to clean up this process. Okay, but is Bolton himself? It feels like yes, but okay, is Bolton himself going to testify in the Senate impeachment trial of President Donald J. for Genius Trump? And anyone who hasn't heard, I didn't just make that up. He said that. Someone asked him, what does the J in your middle name stand for? This is a Republican. And he said, genius. It's not going to be as much fun as he thinks it's going to be. Because Bolton, you have to understand, I have been looking at Bolton's chart in the sense of, he does have, I want to say he has Mercury square Pluto. And Mercury's obviously communication. Pluto's about power. And when you have a square, the reason it can cause so much friction, and people say it's negative, it's not necessarily negative. It's just that it's like a super power conducting. And there's so much power flowing through it that it's like, whoa, that's what you get the sense of, I don't like this, or I don't like this friction, or what have you. But people who have like grand crosses, and they have like, grand crosses and T-squares and, huge, it doesn't mean that they're doomed. It means that once they're able to harness that power, they just skyrocket. So he's got Mercury, I want to say he's got Mercury square Pluto, and Pluto is all about power boiling up from the underside. It's why he's so belligerent. This is Bolton we're talking about. So he kind of has that urge to, he wants to fight. He wants to verbally fight. But once he's actually sitting, because he's a Republican. He's an old school Republican, but he's a Republican. And he doesn't want to help the Democrats. And that, him having to clear up the record, not a happy Bolton. Yeah. He'll cry in his mustache all the way to the bank. Yep, this is him testifying. This is a subpoena. Quite often I get ones for some reason, like as if for court stuff, as if the wood is like broken up for pulp, for paper, and then it turns into like court filings or subpoenas or some sort of papery thing. And then this is him having to testify, but he goes in there and he's not out for blood. He's not, and he ends up looking good. He ends up selling more books. He ends up making more money. He ends up being able to charge higher speaking fees. But this is not going to be as lovely as he's hoping. He's going to start getting attacked by other Republicans. He's going to be accused of helping the Democrats, which he's not going to like. And yeah, it's not going to be as much fun as he thinks. All right, let me throw a few cards on who leaked the manuscript. Was it someone in Bolton's camp they're saying it went to the White House and they made copies in the White House and that's what leaked. But the question is, sorry, if you're new here, I shuffle the cards on my lap so they don't make quite as much noise, because doing anything on this, it's a sounding board and it amplifies sound. Anyway, Bolton's camp and the publishers are trying to blame the White House, but let me just throw a few cards. Who was Mitch blindsided? I get the feeling he was, but we can look at all kind of stuff. And I will very soon. I will look at the astrology of the upcoming election, but this is a whole lot of stuff that I think we should focus on today with the stuff coming out, an impeachment trial. Okay, so who leaked the manuscript? And I'm not gonna turn over one of these cards and it's gonna have a name, but it can give us some information. Well, that's leaning towards something I suspect, and what I suspect is that it was just gossip. You know, there were enough copies floating around the White House and people in the White House that they started showing people they know to be in the know, because it gives you clout to be in the know when no one else is. And, this is juicy gossip. Juicy, juicy, juicy gossip. And Washington, D.C. runs on gossip. Boston runs on Duncan. Washington, D.C. runs on gossip. So, but let's see here. Well, cutting bits out of it. Oh, it was a shock. It was the people who saw it, the Republicans who saw it in the White House or wherever, it was a shock that he would just come out and just say, yep, that's what he said. Even though they haven't seen the whole thing, the people who got it, what was going around wasn't the whole thing. And who it was going to, people were shocked. And they knew it was going to hurt. And then somebody decided to give it to a reporter. But who's the person who gave it to a reporter? Not someone you would expect, but not because it's like, oh gosh, someone important. It's just who is what it feels like. I wonder if it was a trade. I wonder if it was an information trade with a reporter. Like, here, I'm going to give you this. I'm going to be your source on this. So you be nice to me on something else. I mean, I could be, of course I could be wrong. Check with other readers. None of us are 100%. Oh, and my stomach's growling. It's really feeling to me, for what it's worth, it's feeling to me like it wasn't about the number one thing that person was thinking wasn't getting Trump. Linda's saying, I see the auras of the readers and they are extremely awesome. Well, that's cool. I have no idea what my aura looks like, to be honest. I've seen auras off and on in my life, but never my own. I get the feel, it just feels like it's not, it had more to do with the clout than a person doesn't like Trump, I can tell you that, but it's not wanting to hurt Trump Republicans. See, it doesn't make sense. I mean, I would just logically think, well, yeah, finally it wandered its way around and got to a Democrat. And the Democrat was like, oh, speed dial. It'll hurt the... But there's the center of it doesn't feel like that. The center of it feels like... feels like Republicans who were trading on clout. But that's what I'm getting. If anybody, if you hear anything else, please let me know. But that's what it feels like. Kind of weird. Oh, Linda, thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's see here. Oh, just cut to, and then blue, happy queen and page of Democrats. So, all right. Next we were, okay, so John Kelly. Let's look at John Kelly, who is sick to death of trying to clean up after Trump. Sick to death. And I'm not saying he's a lovely human being, because John Kelly is not. But, yeah, he's, it's not like he's been wonderful to, especially women, but cleaning up after Trump. I mean, think about it. He was a general, right? And what goes on in the military? You clean. You may have to clean up for your superiors. But here's the thing: once you're a general and you've been a general for a while, who do you clean up for? Nobody. Effectively, you've got so much going on with what you're in charge of and what have you, and everybody's trying to make, all your people who work directly for you, they're trying to make you look good. And okay, fine, I'll go try to make the president look good. I'll go in there. But then it turns out I'm cleaning up after this jerk. Oh, okay. John Kelly, John Kelly. Mr. Facepalm himself. John Kelly. It's just disgust. Just, it's like Trump. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. But what came to mind is it's like Kelly wants to. It's like Kelly wants to attack Trump's. He's like, he's not a man. And it's like, well, I guess in caveman days, that insult meant something, but sure, okay. John Kelly. Yuck. I don't even know if I've ever read directly on John Kelly. His energy's not nice. It's not like the black gunk you get around Trump or Putin. We don't read on Putin. We don't read on Jack the Ripper. There are like 2 rules in this in this channel. Not going there. But it's dingy. It's really dingy and heavy. I'm confused why I'm reading on John Kelly, because John Kelly has come out and said he believes Bolton. That he believes that when Bolton is saying that Bolton says that Trump told him that he was holding back aid to Ukraine until he could get political dirt on Biden. Bolton is saying that Trump said that. And John Kelly is coming out and saying, I believe Bolton. So, yeah, Maxine Waters and, various people. Anyway. Have you guys seen, there's a meme of, it's a meme where they took that image of Marilyn Monroe in the window and she's waving. She's really leaning out and waving really emphatically, and underneath they put by B word. That's what that feels like. Where, Kelly toward Trump. It's that sentiment, that feeling. In the past, he just cleaned up. He had to clean up so much gunk. So much gunk for Trump all the time. And now that Kelly's out of it, he's even angrier than when he left. Center of the reading. And, Kelly has told his close friends and his wife or whoever, he's told people around him some of this stuff that he had to do. And the people are like, what? Really? Okay. Base of the reading. Cleaning, making everything. I'm just being drawn over and over. Cleaning. To look so Trump would look good for America. And when I often pick up this card over here, just because it's closest to the camera, so that if I'm holding up a single card, it'll help the camera focus. And so this is actually the What We See card, and I accidentally flipped it over when I put it down, so I got like a preview. The What We See card is another cleaning, really icky, awful cleaning card. And he's mad. Kelly's mad. Above the reading, again, cleaning up after the emperor. Over and over, cleaning up so he looks good to America, cleaning up after the emperor. I mean, I know there are a lot of cleaning implements in this deck, but this is, they're not all cleaning, they're not all cleaning things. All those toxic nooks and crannies. Why, baby, if I ever have a co-host here, I've got to call you up. All right, near future. Well, Kelly today he is the friend of Democrats. You know, don't get used to that. But I just saw in the comments something about voting about witnesses and documents and things. I thought they said it was Thursday. Not sure. Home environment. Hopes and fears. And there are plenty of decks in here that have nothing to do with cleaning. And it's like, oh, I'm going to clean up after you? Fine. Then I will scrub this place raw. You want clean? Let's get clean. Oh, he's mad. He's mad. Whew. Final outcome. Well, at some point in the future, the anger wears off, and the whole thing is so sad. You know, that the country went through this, the damage that was done, the stuff that's going to come out later about what happened to those immigrant children, what happened to, you know, all kind of awful, just the things that come out, and it'll just be even worse than ever. But the final outcome has to do with the people who were in a position to see, and the stitching Trump up because of the terrible things. Kelly was gone before this stuff happened, though. I don't know that Kelly himself would be called. But him coming out and saying, I believe Bolton, that means something. That's, I believe the President of the United States, or I believe Mr. Warmonger, who, with a giant mustache named Duke. I don't know if his mustache has a name, I just call it Duke. Cleaning, whitewashing, trying to prop the Republican Party back up, people like Kushner floating around, and he's one of the ones we want the Republican Party back. We want the Republican Party back. We want to just get rid of Trump. He's angry. Kelly is angry. Okay, well, John Kelly, you've done service for this country, I'll give you that. And bless you for doing this one more. Unfortunately, it has come with a whole lot of not nice stuff. I just glanced at the comments for a second. I read on Mitt Romney recently, and Mitt Romney he's an incredibly safe seat, and he's fine. What's the problem? He can speak out, he can not, he can change his mind. Mittens is clueless. He is just male Caucasian entitlement at its most clueless. Trump is male Caucasian entitlement at its most toxic. But Romney, clue? None. Not there. Clue. There's no clue. There's no clue around him. Okay. All right. So, is there any more you guys want me to read on for what's going on right now with the whole impeachment impeachment thing. Is Dumpy going to resign? Oh, that's a good question, Elena. Are the Republicans pressuring Trump to resign? I'm feeling anger. I don't know if I'm still just in John Kelly's energy, but man, am I feeling anger. Actually, let's do this. Let's do where, goodness gracious, were Republicans blindsided? We know the White House wasn't, but were people like McConnell and Lindsey Graham, and were they blindsided by the Bolton information? Maybe that's why Republicans are bringing milk in for their ulcers. That was a good one, Sally. That was a very good. Pegasus is saying Republicans only watch Fox. Fox omits bigly. Yes, they do. Seriously. I occasionally have to listen to a little bit of Fox News in passing here and there, and oh my gosh, it's awful. It's awful. It's like but you just ignored. Okay, fine. Fox and Friends turned on Trump this morning? Really, Harry's mom? You are usually a great source of information around here, let me tell you. How turned? How much did they turn? Oh, they said they need to hear from Bolton. 2 of the 3 on the great big casting couch said that they have to hear from we should hear from Bolton. Mm-hmm. Well, yesterday they were saying, oh, it's not true, it's made up. Were the Republicans blindsided? Let's start with that. Well, actually, let's read on the Republicans. The Republicans in the middle of this. Let's do that. Because I think that's related. Republicans in the middle of this. Like Moscow Mitch, and I do declare Lindsey Graham, and what's going on with them? Oh, okay. I don't use that kind of language on this channel. But, whew, I touch their energy, and someone saying a long word that begins with a cluster of things. But, yeah, they're looking all happy over there on the other side of the aisle. In the past, yeah, they came in, we're going to do what we want, I have the rules. You know, McConnell comes up as the king of wands, and in this deck it's the guy with that big smarmy smile on his face and the really twisted tools put all together. It's like, yeah, that's McConnell. He had it. Center of the reading. Okay, everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. But they don't want to calm down. Even McConnell doesn't want to calm down. Base of the reading. The right now, the Republicans still have the votes. It's looking bad, and the Democrats are looking stronger. But McConnell's putting pressure right now, like more than he ever has, ever. Above the reading, we've had enough. That's what people are telling McConnell. We've had enough. Enough, and more's coming out. Okay, what does that mean? Near future. Thrown to the wolves. Well, Trump, thrown to the wolves. We're done. We're done. More's going to come out. More's going to come out. There's just going to be more and more and more and put pens in. Ugh. Home environment. They're talking to each other. Oh, buffering. They're talking to each other, and they're not just, and it's not just, oh, let's stick together. No, this feels like actually stopping and people not towing the party line, talking to their colleagues. The Republicans talking to other Republicans in the Senate and having real discussions. And saying, I don't know, no, we're not gonna, real talk. Hopes and fears. The Magician card is major arcana, and it can be, you know, someone who's taking charge, someone who has agency, someone who is stepping up and doing their thing. But it can also be a used car salesman. It can also be a snake oil salesman, and they're not impressed with the lawyers that are defending Trump right now. And, you know, when, oh, what was her name? The lady from Florida who took a campaign contribution from, an illegal campaign contribution from Trump. He used his charity to pay her that campaign contribution, which is also illegal. And in return, she dropped the case in Florida against Trump University, or she didn't follow up on it. Pat Bondi, that was it. Her getting up yesterday, because of course I watch all this garbage, her getting up yesterday and seeing how many times she could say the words Hunter Biden. Literally, if somebody said to me that she actually managed to get the words Hunter Biden into every single sentence, I would not be surprised. They're not, and then the Republicans are not impressed. They're not impressed. They're not. Those in the know said she was drunk. She's got issues. I'm trying to think who else. There was another female politician I read on. Oh, it was the woman who called the reporter a political hack. Something like that. They have this same kind of energy, which is, you know, I'm fed up with trying to play this the nice way, so I'm going to play what they think are the guy, play it like the guys do, where it's no hold bars and it's mean and the reality is Martha McSally, thank you, who was elected to nothing. Pegasus, please come back more often. Yeah, I love these great comments. Yeah, it's the same energy as Bondi. Anyway, what other people see, party is looking bad. This is making the party look bad. I mean, obviously this is a party gone bad, but that's what's coming up. This is making the party look bad. What, because you guys think you looked fantastic before? But no, this is especially bad. Oh, I know she was appointed to McCain's seat. Okay, final outcome. Did I just see Becca? Anyway, final outcome. they're still going to stand by him. They're still going to stand by Trump as much as they can. They're mad, but this doesn't feel, maybe they'll call for witnesses, hopefully. They call for witnesses at least, and we'll get like proper witnesses, even though McConnell will try everything he can to skew the whole thing. Yeah, some of them were just so angry. It's like, yeah, go ahead, call witnesses. Let's call all the witnesses. Let's do this. Trump wants to be, we have to constantly clean up for him. We have to constantly, let's start calling witnesses. And some people are like, yeah, we'll call the Bidens. And others are like, no, we're sick of cleaning up for this guy. Let's bring out everything against Trump. And it's like, no. Let's work together. Let's compromise. So the Republicans behind the scenes, they are, the frustration level is just getting higher and higher and higher. And every time the Democrats come out and talk, it sounds like they're gloating from their perspective. To me, it sounds like a good day, but they are chafing at the bit. Okay. Let's see here. I'll put this here. So were they blindsided? Kathy W., thank you. Thank you. That is, you've been extremely good to me. Thank you. Just overall. Okay, were the Republicans blindsided? Thank you. Okay, were the Republicans blindsided by the Bolton thing? Not all of them. And not necessarily, some had heard rumors, some had heard about it, but it really was, they know stuff is going to come out about Trump. And it's just going to keep coming up about Trump. But overall, yes. It feels like they were, but let's have a look. They heard rumors, and it was like, well, it's gossip, people with their swords out or what have you. But we're doing okay, and we're just going to keep going. Yeah, party's going, and we'll just keep doing what we were doing, trying to make sure that, oh my gosh, Jody, thank you. You guys are, okay, I'm going to get, okay, keep reading. We're just going to keep, trying to make sure that all of this good, these witnesses and this information, that it does not get onto the fire. That Trump's fat is not in the fire. That's what they were, that's what they were just going to keep on doing. And then the person, this is, for some reason, this is what's coming out. There is a card now for the person who leaked this information. And this same person has come up now in 2 readings. Okay, so are any of the Republicans of note, of power, are they pressuring Trump behind the scenes? Is anybody trying to pressure Trump to resign? Is anybody, or any of the Republicans, important Republicans, going to Trump, trying to get him to resign? Oh, Trump. Trump's energy is still a vortex. Just kind of, I kind of felt like it's like walking into the White House or walking around the White House and, oh, look at this historical painting, and oh, look at this, oh, that, didn't that first lady from, so many years ago choose that over there, and this is really exciting, and this is nice, and then there's Trump, and it's like, whoa, oh, yuck, ugh. And Republicans coming in to try to tell him, you need to think about resigning? Oh, man. I'm sorry. Marjorie's saying that Kushner's on Al Jazeera News discussing the peace plan? Okay, I'll just let that go. All right. Is anybody pressure? Okay, let's just ask. Pressuring Trump to resign. All right, I just got this awful pain in my jaw. Oh, like awful TMJ pain. I don't know what this is, but somebody was or is going to be hit. Trump hit a woman in the face. Hard. And it's this side. So I'm left-handed, so I get things backwards sometimes. He's right-handed. Yeah, it was my left jaw. And isn't Trump right-handed? Currently, it's this has to do with maybe you should leave. Maybe you should resign. Yeah, or yeah, Melania. It's been while he's in office. I don't know exactly. Man, please let me be wrong. That hurts. But it was a woman he hit. It wasn't a man. That's what it feels like. What do I know? I'm just a reader. I'm just a tarot card reader on YouTube. What do I know? But, whew. Look, in my lifetime, in the extent of my lifetime, and I'm not a spring chicken, which you can, not in my 20s, let's put it that way. I've been kind of there are times I've been kind of a doormat. I'll admit that. I don't like conflict. I don't like fighting. I'd rather just try to keep the vibration up, and usually that brings other people up, and if I'm kind to people, then generally they come around to being kind to me. But if the man in my life hit me the way I just felt, we're done. I mean, done. Anyway. Oh, Elena. Thank you. Thank you. I have been doing this for so long. Sorry, I'm getting emotional here. I'm getting really emotional. I've been doing this. I've had this channel for a year and a half, and I started it in like the end of June, end of July, And the channel wasn't even monetized until the end of October. And yeah, and haven't made much money from this. So it's just the fact that you guys are just helping, just to help. I'm floored. Anyway, okay. Pull myself together between you guys being so nice and Trump being so awful. I honestly, just when I thought he couldn't actually get worse in my estimation, I knew he did stuff like this. That was awful. That was awful. Oh, and now I'm trying to just calm down, and I'm actually being drawn to the pretty sparkles on my clock just because it makes me happy. I don't know if you guys can see that, and I'm going to waste your time for just a second here to see if you can see the pretty sparkles. Pretty sparkles on the clock. Just because they're pretty. This was actually a picture frame, but I didn't know what to put in it. I really wanted a clock on my desk, and I thought, well, I'll just get a clock bit, and I'll just kind of kludge it into place on the back. But anyway, pretty sparkles. Pretty sparkles. Okay. Breathe. Good suggestion. No, people are too busy. So far, they've just been cleaning up after Trump. Man. In the past, he's been a bully forever. Center of the reading. There's a catalog of his offenses. Sorry, I'm going through this quickly. It's just like, the base of the reading. No, they've been silent. Just suck up to him and, keep him calm, and he'll do the least amount of damage. Above the reading, and it's exhausting. It's been exhausting, and there are a lot of people who have taken emotional abuse and big time verbal abuse. Big time verbal abuse. And with him under pressure this much, there's whatever he may or may not be taking, it's spiraling. Near future. This is the Democrats on television. Why would the Democrats on television? We're asking, it isn't just are the Democrats just going to come out and say you should resign? Because it's not like none of them have said that. That's very strong. Oh, good. Another day of reading like this, where I'm going to have to, prop my cards in the salt container. Seriously, my jaw still hurts. This is crazy town. Home environment. They let him, people around him let him demean and be awful to them. Hopes and fears. There are a lot of people around him who are literally afraid he's going to be reelected. What we see. The rise of women who are not going to put up with his stuff. The rise of women in the country. The rise of the women who saw that Access Hollywood tape and said no. And not only no to him, but no to men in general. And they got their pink hats on and they took to the streets, and there's been a change. And also, for the record, God bless Ronan Farrow. God bless that man. And God bless all of the Epstein victims. Final outcome. This is very much Democrats on TV. Maybe I should ask for some more questions to clarify on that. Final outcome. They're undermining him from the back. This is them still cleaning up for him. But his support among the Republicans. It's the sand. It feels like the sand is just falling away. Does that make sense? This House is just it's eroding. That's the word. But no, what is this? What is this? Page of Cups, a Hierophant. Democrats on television. Democrats on television. Democrats on television. Seriously, Republicans, step up. Step up. He's not worth this. He's not worth it. But what are the Democrats? What are the Democrats going to do on TV? That's right in the middle of this reading about, are people around Trump going to ask him to resign? That's Kushner. Oh, that's right. He was, yeah. This is the card that comes up for Kushner. The man who goes into a war zone in a smart blazer. The man who would, mow his lawn in a tux. So what are the Democrats on television? Well, that's the thing. Trump's thing is what things look like on camera. And the more the Democrats are coming out and feeding Democrats, coming out and being able to feed their own base, to water their own base, to like when a famous person, when you have someone who's like a super fan of a famous person, and that famous person comes out with new material and promotional material on top of it and all this stuff, and the fan will say, I'm feeling well fed. That's kind of what I'm getting there. The more they do that, but it's on television, and that's what makes Trump crazy. Because there's some extent, any attention's better than no attention, but this is more than he can handle. And this feels like, these are the Republicans being diminished, looking ineffectual. Notice this is also a very small, this is a small child, and a word that they're in attack ads against other Republicans, or attack ads against Republicans, people are starting to use the I word, impotent, against Trump. And, that's extremely insulting, I'm not saying they don't deserve it, I'm saying it's extremely insulting. And it's the movement that's getting results. It's the movement toward information that's getting results. Okay, so they're not now. They're not talking to Trump about resigning now. Wow, I've never been punched in a reading before. That's a first. Can the Trump era end now? That would be lovely. Okay, thanks. And for the record, Donald Trump is not the Antichrist. He's not. He's not that important. Ultimately, seriously, he's just a jerk. And I remember sometime in the last year and a half, I've been doing all of these readings. I did a reading where I was it was like, you know, he's like the worst president ever. And what came into my head was as if someone was saying to me, well, he is awful. He's not as bad as the other guy, but yeah, he's awful. And I'm like, what other guy? And it's almost like I heard, oh, you don't have to worry about him. Like he's not gonna, it's not gonna be any time in my lifetime or close enough to it. You don't have to worry about him. I'm like, excuse, and then it was just like, could you more info on? Nope, that was it. It was like, there's gonna be somebody worse than Trump. So that makes me think where every law we can put in place after Trump to stop Trump's antics from repeating anytime soon. Yeah. All right. I'm tired. And but I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to you guys, and you're just the best community. Will Trump's lawyers be disbarred for lying so much? Probably not. You know, there's a reason that in Liar, Liar, he was a lawyer. I know you're supposed to keep to a certain level of ethics, but... All right. I'm tired, but I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna be back tomorrow. As always, I've had a live reading every day since the day after Christmas, and I'm just gonna keep going. I will be back tomorrow, 12 noon. Same pumpkin time, same pumpkin channel, and we will do another hour of tarot or astrology or whatever is going to help us see if we can figure out any more about what's going on or what's going on behind the scenes, which way the energy's flowing, whatever's going to help you guys sleep at night. Yeah, thank you. You guys are the best. You really are. All right, get some rest. Yes, Beryl, I will do that. Have a great day, you wonderful people. And again, I'm deeply grateful. All right, so have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we will just, you know, keep on keeping on. And there are good days ahead. There are. Okay. All right. Take care.